Hello, and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 874, coming to you live from somewhere, nowhere, Dallas. We're in Dallas. We're here for a few more days before we head over to Hong Kong for Consensus, and then over to Denver for like a week and a half of ETH Denver. We have a Decentralized AI Day and a ton more of events. I want to shout out to everyone that is joining us on LinkedIn. Video, Player One Taco, YouTube, 0x Degens, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Telegram, Rumble, Kick. No longer on Unlonely, unfortunately. Huge shout out to Brian. And I want to thank you for everything on Unlonely. It's just not a creator spot anymore. But I do want to shout out to everyone that's joining us or may watch us over on Abstract. And as always, everyone in the Twitter space. As always, this is sort of like a video show piece for those hopping in. We do walk through. This is a huge shout out to those that are on Abstract that might just be watching for the first time. We walk through DeFi protocols, most 90% of the time on the Solana ecosystem. But you know, there's so many different things building. We can't just focus on one chain all the time. There is some amazing reasons to do that, and it works out really good. And I will be honest, that is a shout out to one of the audience members. I do see Soulflare Wallet down in the crowd, and thank you for joining. If you want to speak, I would love to have you, and we could talk how much better Soulflare is than a multi-chain wallet in some cases, and what you got going on with the big giveaway stuff. So, but shout out to Soulflare Wallet. As always, you know, this is DeFi. You know, there's a lot of different things you can do. The reason we got into blockchain, 99.9999% of us, was to have control over our own finances. Might not necessarily always be about making money, but having the choice to do what you want, when you want, with what you want. That's a pretty big power that we have there that DeFi sort of brings to us. And so there's a lot of different protocols on a lot of different chains that do that. And since we are doing, I want to, one of the funnest things that I love about DeFi and new protocols or new chains is quests. Quests are a huge thing for like onboarding new users, showing people what can be built, showing people what has been built and walking them through it. Now, a lot of times when a chain is in testnet, it will go through that process of sort of showcasing what it looks like to go through their ecosystem, try some borrow lend protocol, try selling an NFT, try buying an NFT, try putting a loan down on an NFT or something along those lines, using messaging services, using, creating an NFT, playing a game. But what sometimes usually happens is after their initial test net and stuff like that, they die off. And that's one of the things that sort of sucks, because there's new people coming into Web3 every single day. And so like some of the places that I send a lot of people to, Galaxy, TaskOn, but also like Coinbase Wallet, because, Coinbase has continuous learn and earns. I know I just completed a learn and earn for like $45 of demo. And I already know what demo is. So that was a really easy test and journey for me. But there's a lot of different protocols out there that might not be front and center in people's faces. But, my huge shout out to those that are doing front and center, Look at those continuous journeys. You're onboarding new users and you're on the front line. So one of the things that we're going to be going through today, someone that's done this, they're now on their second season of doing this, Telos. And Telos, part of the Telos Foundation sort of not broke off, but went and made their own office for Tekika Adventure. Tekika is a NFT, free to mint NFT project. And one of the really cool things about the entire Tekikan adventure is it follows like this deep storyline that they've worked on. They've done some they put more effort into the art than the storyline, but they put a shit ton of effort into the art. So if their art's at 100, you know, the storyline's at like a 60, you know. But what's really fun is that they try to make it engaging. They give you like go do this task on you know, one of these protocols, you know, go do some DeFi stuff here, go do some DeFi stuff there and earn rewards. Go play this video game, earn an NFT, earn some rewards. And so it's been a really cool onboarding experience because the initial NFT to get in has been a free to earn NFT or free NFT. And so they just started their second season right around the beginning of the year. And so it's really cool because they got close to like 9,000 new users, you know, because it's one NFT per wallet and stuff like that. And they were doing not KYC verifications, but like connecting your Discord, connecting an email, connecting a Twitter account. So they put a lot of barriers to prevent Sybil, but also not barriers to stop people that just might not be paying for like verified Twitter or, you know, stopping them for KYC. So it made it as a really easy onboarding experience. One of the initial big issues I have, and I have this issue with a lot of different protocols that do social tracking, like via Twitter APIs, is the amount of permissions they ask for. And what was really cool is they had used some third-party service, and they'd got their API to check for Twitter, but the permissions, you know, were really deep permissions. And I pointed it out to them. What did they do? They're like, oh, you know, thank you for letting us know. We didn't know the API was able to do that. And so they then changed that. And now, like, the responsiveness from a protocol, from a chain level, on just some random person saying, hey, like, I wanted to do you, but you weren't being safe, so I didn't do you. Now that sounds really weird coming out of my mouth as I say that out loud. So we're going to figure out something else to say there. Yeah, safety first, right? That's the fucking thing, you know? So as always, you know, some of the big things that we talk about for safety, you know, there's 3 different things that we used to use. We use 2 of them now, Wallet Guard, as well as the for our EVM chains, as well as Harpy RPC, which sort of allows us to block any transactions that aren't approved in a really unique way. So we have that on like our signature vaults and stuff like that. But on our hot wallet, we used to use Join Fire and Wallet Guard. Now we use the Wallet Guard Snap, and we use the Wallet Guard extension. And so that's sort of what we use to help keep us a little safe on that user journey. Now, I know this isn't everything you guys wanted to hear tonight, as we sort of been dumping into this time and time again. And so, but as we work with new audiences, we have to dive into this a little bit, you know, and, you know, it's, as always, safety first. But I want to show you guys the short route to a lot of these things, because as we go through Web3, these protocols and projects, they make really great edited, clean how-to videos. They make it look like that I just need to like swipe my finger one time over a keyboard and I am onboarded and logged in. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes in transactions or using wallet signatures, there's issues of some kind, shape, or form. And this isn't one of those things that we can just sort of pull it out, blow on it, and stick it back in, and it works. You know, especially if these are someone's finances. So what does it mean, like, when you have stuck transactions? What does it mean when, you know, a transaction is pending, and, you know, how can you speed it up, or how can you speed it up when you first process that transaction? And these are a lot of different terms that we use, that we'll use in like the EVM world. And that's, you know, ETH mainnet and like all the layer 2s and layer 1s that are forks of Ethereum. The main purpose is they love Ethereum, they just don't like Ethereum's speed and scalability. And so they go and make new modular aspects to it, you know, make consensus changes, but still use Ethereum's underlying security. And that's why you hear that term roll up, you know, all the time, because they're rolling up, I guess, to Ethereum as they're dropping off. Usually most chains now are dropping off what are called blobs, which is batch transactions into a very large, you know, 10,000 plus transactions into one transaction basically. And so that's allowing Ethereum to run a little bit more smoother and at less high gas. And now we've seen the gas rates expanded by Ethereum Foundation. So that's been a big push from a lot of different protocols. And so we've seen some more use cases out of that. And that's been an interesting play as well. That's all deep diving stuff, but you know, really what you came after today, and I know this is, we talked about Tekika. We're going to hop over to Tekika. And what I really want to sort of showcase to you is the easiest way to get to Tekika. As always, I like to show off Twitter for the simple fact. One of the things that by following accounts, even if it's a protocol you're not going to be working with right now in some way, shape, or form, you might want to follow Twitter accounts that you might mess around with later on, just one, so you always find them, because new protocols, when they launch their Twitter, they're usually in a blue ocean for like 3 or 4 days before all the scammers come out and make 50 different variations of a Twitter account, so that you might mess up and click on them, because they want to look as legitimate as possible, and that's the best way for them to do that. So as we can find out here, Tekika Adventures is their Twitter, and we're going to drop that in the chat so that you guys can find that on your own. I have 3 chats now I have to drop things into, guys and gals and everyone in between, so I apologize. All right. So there is that. What up, Soulflare Wallet? I see the taco that you dropped there. Thank you for that. You rock. My big question to you, Soulflare Wallet: when Soul Scouts again, man? Like, come on. Or at least not Soul Scouts again, something else. I understand. But what would be really cool is if you had like the list of the projects from like Soul Scout 1, so that some of the protocols I went and tested around on, I don't know where I went with all of them. So that would be a cool thing. I could technically go back in my timeline, because I did do like an article on every single protocol that was part of the Soul Scouts journey. But that was like 2 years ago, or like a year and a half ago. So that's like 18,000 tweets. If I do it, yeah, if I do like 1,000 tweets a month, I probably do more than that. And that's either a sad thing or a scary thing, or maybe I'm not doing enough tweets, and that's still why I'm not cool. But yeah, I don't know. My toot factor is horn tooting factor is pretty high right now. One of the coolest wallets is in my Twitter space listening to me. So I am a little nervous. So I'm not really talking to you, the camera. I look like I am, but I'm really aiming this conversation to Soulflare Wallet, because Soulflare Wallet's like a hero, but who knows? They could just be in like 30 spaces at once right now and not even be listening to me. But, you know, oh well, we're going to have fun. So we're going to hop over to Tekika, as always. Now, as I said, Tekika, they have their season 2 now. And the big thing about season 2, this is one of the differences that they did between season 1 and season 2. Season 1, if you didn't have any Telos, there was a ton of people in the community that would just give you a couple Telos for free. So you could go mint your first NFT. So you could go do your first couple things on chain. But what then happened after that, then sort of the foundation took over for that and was really starting to help that out. What they did with season 2 is, for those that were new to Telos or using a new wallet on Telos and going through all of like the little onboarding factions, could actually get a faucet to be able to cover the cost of their first NFTs. And then that would allow them to start earning XP, which then could earn them some more Telos that they could then use in like one of the DeFi protocol quests. That could earn them some more Telos, which would earn them some more points, which earn them some more Telos. And so there's this really cool, you know, onboarding journey that I really liked out of this. And like I said, the storyline is a little bit harder to follow in season 2. But what's really cool is how much they're starting to interact with other protocols out, and other protocols are starting to interact with Telos. As we've seen most recently, Rarible, the NFT platform, they've launched a Telos fork. So there's some really cool stuff going on over there. And Altura is the one of the other main NFT platforms. So we get to sort of see the different things that are going on. And what's really cool is how you get to, what's the word I'm thinking of? Modify your NFT. So one of the really cool things that the NFTs have are different, you know, they're mutable in the aspect of the art itself is mutable, that can be locked in place, not burned in place. And I'm sure they might instigate something like that later on. But right now, what's really cool is starting at a base layer and layering different concept art pieces on, you basically can sort of build your NFT with the different parts and like the masks and the helmets and like the tanks and, you know, the visors and such like that. And then it's saved as a complete NFT. And so it's one of those really cool pieces that we've seen where mutable metadata at the art level can be used in some really cool ways. And so as we see here, this is my season 2 Tekika. I got this nice bluey orb, purple orb, because I collected a gem. So we have different objects that we get to collect here. So we just collected a phase rifle, and these are from our XP points that we've earned. So we have a handful of things to claim, and then we'll show you. So now we have to claim. We're at 5.8 million points. We have to get to 6 million points to claim our next piece of equipment. For season 2, or for season 1. This is sort of what we've claimed so far. We've claimed some different helmet pieces. We've claimed some different ear pieces, as you can see here. Different helmet pieces, and sort of they go into that mythic, legendary, rare, uncommon, common categories for pieces. And so what's really cool, all of these pieces were hand-drawn. A lot of different work was put into all of these different pieces of art. So all of these different art pieces were hand-drawn. And so I think it's sort of really cool. That's one of those things where we see a lot of different effort put into different things. And so, yeah. So as we see here, this is my blue crystal gem that gave me my new look. So as we go through that, we have to equip that gem, and we'll equip it, and there we go. So we'll save it. And we'll move on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move over and showcase where some of the different pieces are in Tekika for some of these different journeys. So as we can see, our NFT has been saved successfully. So the other piece on this is you may or may not want a referral code for some reason, shape, or form. They help both sides out. So if you want to use my referral code, you totally can. I'll allow this. But it's one of those things that sort of helps you start off with some extra bonus points, as well as passing me some bonus points. So it's a win-win, I guess. From their new dashboard piece, you can go to their temporal quests. And from their temporal quests, this is where they sort of get into some of their daily check-in stuff, some of their updated informational pieces, where this is where I was talking about the Twitter API piece. You can get just liking and retweeting from a third party, and so it then allows you to do everything within their dashboard, and not to, let's see, and not have to leave their desktop. So, or not that leave their desktop, but leave the site. So that's one of the fun things that sort of make it easy and that I really like. As we see here, we have some we have a handful of new tweets. Recruit, add the PFP. So they are doing the PFP campaign pieces, but we don't change our PFP. You know, that's just not what we do. We might eventually, but I don't see the purpose of it. My PFP is pretty awesome. I like them, you know. So I don't know. That's sort of where we're at with that. We've been asked to change our PFP a handful of times, and we've turned it down. I don't know why we've turned it down. We didn't really have a reason. We were thinking about changing our PFP to one of our NFTs that we own, but I don't know. We chose not to. So yeah. So as we go through, you can see how easy it is to sort of do a lot of these tasks pieces that they ask you to do, and you're getting your extra points from that. But these are their, I guess you would call it temporal quests. What I really want to hop in with you guys today is their partner quest, which is their on-chain tasks. And so this is where you get to sort of see some of the different things that they've put together for on-chain pieces, and you get to see each of their different quest amounts. So here we have Symmetric, and so Symmetric, we're going to go sort of look at what their quest requests are. Lock your T-stem, have a balance of 5,000, locked for 12 months on Symmetric. So we're going to go look at that real quick. I think we already have that. All right. So there is our Symmetric connection. And we're going to look at our T-stem. We need some V-stem. So we'll lock. As always, we suggest you leave yourself a little bit of dust. We're going to preview that, put that out for a year, and then approve. And we should now be at 12,000. So that should be a more recent notification for them to be able to see our on-chain activity to say that we have more than 5,000 T-stem staked. All right. There we go. We also have to resubmit our votes. So we're going to see if that got our, there we go. That got our locked. And then a lead by example. Let's see here. Lock your T-stem, have balance of 6 locked for 12 months. So I think we will beat that. There we go. So we have, all right. So we have these tasks from Symmetric done now. Some of the tasks that they have on other platforms, you're able to do like 100 times or so. So that makes for a little bit of a fun time on that. Riviera, because you can see here some of the bigger tasks. The group deposit more than 250 wrapped Telos into the stake Telos wrapped Telos Riviera vault. So 250 wrapped Telos. I don't know if we have 250 wrapped Telos. Let's see how much we have. We have 417. All right. So this is the Stelos wrapped Telos. So let's connect our wallet. See if we have that. If not, we're going to go to one of our exchanges and switch that out. So let's see. What was it that we needed? 250 into the Stelos wrap. Oh man, let's see. Stellos, Raptelos, Z Vault. All right. So we're good there. All right. We have 106. So we need 150 more Telos, and we can get that over on Swapsicle. So we're going to just basically go from Stellos to staked or wrapped Stellos. There we go. Connecting that wallet. And good to go. All right. So we need 150. We're going to wrap. Approve that. Then we're going to come back to our vault page from Rivera. All right. We have 251 that we're going to approve. Automatic approve going to swap. All right. There we go. So we completed that task. There we go. And then our next task, missing deposit more than 20 USDT into the Raptelos USDT Y Vault. Okay. So from the dashboard, they wanted $20 USDT into the Raptelos USDT. Okay. So what we need here is Raptelos USDT. I think that was what it was. Looks like we had it up on a previous screen and we got rid of it. So, oh wait, no. USDT into the Raptelos USDT 2 pool. So that would be this one. So we're going to view the details of that. And we have 10, so we're going to need to swap into USDT. And we need we'll leave it at that. So right now, yep, we're going in on this. T-stem, Swapsicle. So I need a lot more Telos, basically. We'll do Telos, and we're going to do 250. And that's going to get us over. And then we are going to change that to Raptelos, I think. And we're going to max send that. So, all right. So we got to approve our Raptelos. And we then have to put in for the swap. I am sorry, guys and gals and everyone in between. I am fading fast. And so I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to close this show down early. I do not, it is in bad form of me. I apologize. But what we'll do is we're going to stake that real quick because we're waiting for, we need another USDM. USDT, we're at 40, so we need another $10, I think. So we have some slush. Slush to USDT. Oh man, slush took a beating. So let's see. $30 telos. So all right. So yeah, I'm having a, I think right here, I'm having a brain fart tonight, guys and gals. This is one of our position pieces where we can go claim rewards from the claim page. We'll collect that T-stim. We'll collect the extra telos. And then other incentives will confirm that. And then lastly, we will claim this piece out as well. But we are going to wrap it up. I do want to thank everyone for joining us tonight on TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 874. And we'll see you tomorrow. As always, we're going to end this space with the same two things that we end every space with, as we've done it now 873 times. So why not do it at 874? But our words of wisdom are always the same. A closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth, meaning if no one knows you're looking for opportunity can never come a knocking. If opportunity does come knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. With that, I want to thank everyone for joining TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen. And huge shout out to everyone in the stream community on Abstract as well. See you. Thank you so much. And as always, we end with the greatest, worst knock knock joke on the face of the planet, and that is knock knock. Who's there?